The story begins with a flashback to an evening in 1982. The local Freddy's pizzeria is packed with happy children, but one girl, Charlotte, sits entirely alone at a table, staring intensely at the stage. She is eagerly waiting for the trapdoor to open so she can be the first person to see the animatronics emerge. A blonde girl sitting nearby notices Charlotte and kindly invites her to join their table. Charlotte refuses, bitterly remarking that the other girls don't want her around. She claims that her only true friends are the animatronics and that she can only rely on them. Eventually, the blonde girl manages to convince her, and Charlotte hesitantly joins the group. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. Charlotte witnesses one of the animatronics grabbing a boy and kidnapping him. Panicked, she immediately runs to alert the adults, frantically telling them what she saw, but they dismiss her, believing she is just imagining things. With no other option, Charlotte decides to go into the restricted area alone to save him.
Inside, she makes a horrifying discovery. The animatronic removes its head, revealing it is actually William Afton in a suit. She sees the kidnapped boy lying unconscious on the floor. Terrified, she hides behind a counter, trying to be stealthy. She attempts to drag the boy's body toward the exit to save him, but William has already spotted her. He calmly takes out a knife and begins to stalk her. Charlotte tries her level best to carry the boy out, but William is closing in. She abandons the rescue and runs to the main stage, screaming for help. Everyone in the diner turns to look at her just as she collapses on the stage. The crowd gasps. There are multiple stab marks on her back. Charlotte dies right there in front of everyone. Suddenly, the stage trapdoor opens and her body falls into the darkness below. Moments later, the platform rises again, but this time, the marionette animatronic is holding her corpse. Later, the authorities claim it was simply an accident caused by her wandering into a restricted section. The police close the case, and the truth is buried.
Decades later, in the present day, Vanessa wakes up abruptly from a nightmare. Her phone rings. It is Mike. He asks if she is having the same nightmares again. Vanessa lies, saying yes, but claiming she is trying her level best to get past them. Meanwhile, Mike's younger sister, Abby, stands in the doorway, eavesdropping on their conversation. Mike asks Vanessa if they are still meeting for dinner, and she replies positively. After he hangs up, Abby immediately questions him, asking if he has kissed Vanessa yet. Mike awkwardly says no and insists that they are just friends. Abby smartly replies that friends do not go on a date, but Mike asserts that it is not a date. As Abby prepares to leave for school, Mike's friend Jeremiah shows up to help him paint the house. Jeremiah drops a heavy piece of news. He mentions that after witnessing the events of the past, Mike's aunt lost her mind and was sent to an asylum. Mike brushes it off, saying he is trying to move on and start fresh. At school, Abby tells the story of Freddy's to her classmates to gain popularity. She explains to her audience that William died after the spring-lock contraptions inside his suit crushed him. One of her friends asks if she will ever go back to Freddy's. Abby admits she wants to, but her animatronic friends aren't there anymore, and Mike wouldn't allow it anyway. In class, the teacher, Mr. Burke, addresses the students. He sternly tells them that the animatronics are a farce, and the rumors about Freddy are lies. He announces a mandatory science fair coming up this weekend. He warns them that everyone must participate, or he will fail them in the exam. Later, Abby tries to work on her project, but fails miserably. Mr. Burke tells her she can opt out since she has no skill for it. Her friends comfort her, suggesting she should check on her robot friends. Maybe she can fix them and they can help her. That evening, Mike is getting ready for his dinner with Vanessa. He asks Abby for help knotting his tie. He leaves her some money for pizza and strictly orders her to stay put. Abby asks if she can visit the old cafeteria to meet her friends. Mike shuts her down, telling her they are broken. He promises that one day he will fix them, but until then, she must never set foot in that place. Once Mike leaves, Abby turns on the TV to watch a horror podcast hosted by an influencer named Lisa. Meanwhile, Mike arrives at the restaurant, and after some time, Vanessa joins him. He asks how she is coping. She tells him she has indulged in new activities and made new friends to distract herself. Mike mentions that Abby is still obsessing over her robot friends. Vanessa advises him not to lie to Abby about fixing them, because at the end of the day, false hope will only break her heart. She then admits she is still having nightmares. Mike suggests she should try to fight the demons in her dreams, just like he did. When Mike returns home, he looks for Abby, but there is no sign of her. He finds a note revealing she went back to the pizzeria. Mike rushes to the abandoned building. He finds Abby sitting inside, but the animatronics are missing. She asks where her friends are. Mike lies again, saying that after the explosion there were no pieces left. He didn't want to break her heart with the truth. He suggests they look for a souvenir she can keep as a memory. Abby finds an old walkie-talkie and decides to keep it. Before leaving, Mike notices a flyer about Freddy's and puts it in his pocket. The scene shifts to the podcaster, Lisa, and her team. They're heading toward the original 1982 pizzeria. Alex, one of the crew, asks how they will get in. Lisa reveals there is a security guard named Michael who agreed to help them. They start filming, but are suddenly startled by Michael, who appears out of nowhere. He is super creepy, but they proceed inside and record everything. Lisa notices a picture of the marionette. Michael explains that the marionette used wireless signals to control the other animatronics. Lisa finds 3 animatronics standing dormant, but Foxy is missing. Michael says Foxy was part of an experiment and they could never fix her. Suddenly, Lisa hears music, but no one else hears it. Michael claims the place plays tricks on the mind and tells them to ignore it. Lisa insists on spending time in a specific room. Meanwhile, a crew member named Rob is in the basement when a motion detector triggers. He investigates, loses his balance, and falls into a water pit. Alex is in another room with Michael, excited that this episode will blow up online. Lisa follows the mysterious music to a room with a giant gift box. The music stops. She hears strange noises from the box. Suddenly, it opens and the marionette lunges at her. Alex hears her scream. Michael starts laughing menacingly. Suddenly, an animatronic grabs Alex by the neck and kills him. Down in the sewer, Rob sees a marionette doll fall in. Suddenly, hundreds of them appear, drag him down, and finish him off. Michael walks to the room where Lisa was fighting. She struggles against the animatronics, but eventually loses. The marionette possesses her body. She then chases Michael, but he somehow manages to escape and run away. The next morning, Abby tries to work on her science project but fails again. Missing her friends, she tries to talk to them through the old walkie-talkie. Mike watches her but doesn't intervene. Vanessa is at the gym when she hallucinates seeing her father, William. She runs away in fear to the changing room. Someone approaches from behind. She aims her gun, but it is just her friend. Vanessa goes home, takes out her old toys, and decides to follow Mike's advice to fight her demons. She falls asleep and enters a lucid dream. In the dream, she confronts her father. He charges at her and she runs. She screams that she is leaving and will never see him again. William retorts that he raised her to be a monster like him and she will follow through with that destiny. He pulls a knife. Vanessa hides in her childhood bedroom closet. She finds an animatronic standing there. Her father grabs her, shouting that she will always be his. She manages to grab her gun in the dream and shoots him. Before dying, he repeats, "You will always be mine." She finally wakes up. That night, Abby is sleeping when the walkie-talkie activates. She hears Chica's voice. Chica says she needs help and asks Abby to rescue her. Abby checks on Mike, finds him asleep, and sneaks out. She follows Chica's instructions to the original pizzeria. She enters and calls for her friends. Suddenly, a new version of Chica appears. Abby runs to hug her. She notices Chica looks completely different and acts differently, but she is too happy to question it. Chica says she needs Abby's help to escape, and Abby promises to help. The next morning, Vanessa goes to Mike's house but finds it empty. She discovers the walkie-talkie in Abby's room. Abby surprises her from behind. Abby explains Mike went to get breakfast. She shows Vanessa her science project, claiming Freddy and Chica helped her make it. Vanessa is baffled. Abby reveals she went to the old house last night. Mike returns and Abby shows him a drawing of a river ride she made. Vanessa pulls Mike aside. Mike shows her the flyer and reveals he called the number on it. Vanessa cuts him off, panicked, saying Abby went to meet the animatronics. Mike dismisses it as a child's imagination. He then reveals that when he called the number, Charlotte's father, Henry, answered. Henry revealed that Vanessa used to be Charlotte's best friend. Mike is furious that Vanessa hid this connection. They argue, and Vanessa leaves. On the day of the science fair, Mike drops Abby at school, saying he has work but will return soon. Vanessa goes to the old pizzeria to investigate. She finds the music box broken. Charlotte has escaped. Vanessa answers a call from Charlotte, who is speaking through the animatronics. Vanessa pleads with her not to hurt people, stating she created a perimeter lock so no animatronics can leave. Charlotte threatens that she has someone else to help her now. Suddenly, the possessed Lisa attacks Vanessa from behind. At the fair, Mr. Burke approaches Abby. He tells her she is an embarrassment and shouldn't have shown up. Abby shows him her mini robot. Burke cruelly takes it and breaks it, claiming it was an accident. Heartbroken, Abby runs away straight to the pizzeria. She hugs Chica and tells her everything. Chica promises to be her science project, but first she needs Abby to enter a secret code to bypass the security. Abby happily agrees. Vanessa is held hostage by Charlotte. Charlotte demands the code. Vanessa refuses, but Charlotte threatens to kill Abby. Vanessa has no choice and gives up the code. Abby uses it, freeing all the prototype animatronics. Chica takes Abby and they get in a cab to the fair.
Mike visits Henry, Charlotte's father. Henry explains he has been trying to solve his daughter's murder, but the authorities buried the case. He always knew it was murder. Mike notices a picture of a river ride in Henry's house, identical to Abby's drawing. Henry says it was Charlotte's favorite ride at the original pizzeria. Mike realizes Charlotte is communicating with Abby. He calls the school and learns Abby is gone. Henry gives Mike a special music box, saying it was Charlotte's favorite and might help. Mike breaks into the pizzeria's basement. He finds the original broken animatronics sitting there. He rushes past them, missing Lisa's dead body on the floor. At the science fair, Mr. Burke investigates a commotion. He finds Abby with the full-size Chica. He accuses Abby of dressing someone up as a robot. He storms off to the restricted section to kick kids out. He hears a noise behind a door. Suddenly, Chica breaks the glass, drags him inside, and kills him, saying she wants to see what is going on inside his head.
Mike arrives at the pizzeria and hears banging from a locker. He finds Vanessa inside. She explains that Abby left with the prototypes, which are being controlled by Charlotte's vengeful spirit. The prototypes are wreaking havoc. Vanessa explains that the music box kept Charlotte locked away, but Lisa broke it. Mike falls into the water pit during their escape, and an animatronic chases him, but he escapes. They reach the control room. Vanessa says the marionette needs a body to operate, and Abby is the target. They need to restart the perimeter fence to track them. The prototypes begin attacking the town. A man in his garage is confronted by one. Another appears at a little girl's house. Vanessa is driving when she is attacked. She crashes her car but escapes. She sees a couple being attacked in their home. Vanessa crashes her car into the house, destroying 2 robots and saving the couple. Mike is at work when an animatronic appears. He quickly puts on a spare Freddy mask head. The robot scans him, determines he is not a threat, and walks away. Another animatronic tries to trick a child, asking to ask her mother for permission to play. Mike fights another robot, breaking its neck, but more appear, leaving him stranded. Just as the robots are about to slaughter more people, the perimeter fence reactivates. All the animatronics shut down instantly. Mike calls Vanessa to celebrate, but she warns him the marionette is still active because it is a spirit, not a robot, and it is at Mike's house. At Mike's house, the marionette attacks Abby. It reactivates the other animatronics. Vanessa says they can't fight them all. Mike rushes to the old pizzeria. He stands before the original prototypes, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, and pleads with them. He tells them that if they ever loved Abby, they will wake up and save her. Vanessa is stranded with a broken car. Jeremiah shows up and drives her to Mike's house. They find the house empty but hear static from the walkie-talkie. A possessed Abby attacks Vanessa. She knocks Vanessa down and is about to kill her. Mike arrives just in time and plays Henry's music box. The melody drives the spirit out of Abby. They try to leave, but the bad animatronics surround the house. Suddenly, the security guard, Michael, appears. He reveals he is Vanessa's brother. Mike is stunned. Michael declares he will continue their father William's legacy and orders the robots to kill them. Just then, the original animatronics arrive to save the day. They destroy the evil prototypes one by one. The original Chica thrashes the prototype Chica. Jeremiah knocks out the evil Michael. With the battle over, the souls of the children appear. They tell Abby they are moving on, and she must too. The lead soul warns that he cannot stop what is coming next before vanishing. Mike takes Abby and leaves. He tells Vanessa not to follow them, saying he can't trust her anymore because of her lies. As Vanessa stands alone, heartbroken, the marionette appears behind her and possesses her. In a post-credits scene, 2 thieves break into the ruins to sell scraps on eBay. They find the original Foxy under a plastic cover. As they look at it, Foxy activates.